right, and we're live. Okay, so I'm gonna start this stream off just like every other stream. I'm gonna say a quick prayer so this message can reach at least one person, and hopefully we can have a conversation with somebody today and get some people in the chat. All right, Father, I pray that this message and conversation that I want to have with people can actually help somebody in some way. And maybe some of these Bible verses that I read can touch their hearts and change them for the better, because we're all sinners and we're all trying to get better each day. Amen. All right. That was a solid prayer. Nice, short, and sweet. So, welcome live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. Alright, so I'm going to start this live stream off by getting in my word. Okay? I'm going to get into my word in this live stream. And then, after we read about 2 pages, I'm going to have some conversations with you guys about anything. Okay, so a girl restored to life and a woman healed. Now when Jesus had crossed over again by boat to the other side, a great multitude gathered to him, and he was by the sea. And behold, one of the rulers of the synagogue came, Jairus by name, and when he saw him, he fell at his feet and begged him earnestly, saying, "My little daughter lies at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her, that she may be healed, and she will live." So Jesus went with him, and a great multitude followed him and thronged him. Okay, that is obviously, somebody who has a lot of faith in what Jesus was doing. So, all right, we got one viewer. Please, hello. Hi guys, how you doing? How's your day going? What do you guys got going on today? I'm reading some Bible verses. Just got done doing some yard work. Loudly. Is it too loud? Is it too loud? The audio? I got like a fan in the background, so let me know. Hopefully the audio's fine. Okay, cool. Alright, because I'm using my other phone too. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading this Bible verse. So right now I'm Mark chapter 5, verse 25. Okay, you want me to read it loudly? Okay. Now a certain woman had a flow of blood for 12 years, and had suffered many things from many physicians. She had spent all that she had, and was no better, but rather grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd, and touched his garment. For she said, "If only I may touch his garment, or if only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well." Immediately, the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed from the affliction. So, I mean, both of these verses are talking about people who had complete faith in the works of Jesus Christ, and I think that's carries into how today, how we can bring that into our lives, is just trusting his plan and trusting what he can do in our lives. I appreciate the hearts, guys. I really hope you guys subscribe, because I'm not only going to be doing live streams, I'm also going to be doing videos really about anything. I don't want to be like a certain niche YouTube channel. I want to really just answer anybody's questions, any type of life questions, any type of, questions about Jesus, your struggles, addictions, You know, I think that's something people need to be uh, able to speak more freely about, because I know a lot of people can't share that um, with the people closest to them. And it's day in your place. It's day in your place. It's day in your place. Oh yeah. Yep. It's 3:39 p.m. I'm in Michigan, United States. Beautiful day outside. I wish I had some light coming in because I got this window in front of me, but my curtains are blackout curtains. Dude, yes, you should like and you should subscribe. I really would appreciate that. That would mean a lot to me because I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel, and I'm really just doing it for fun. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm just gonna see where it takes me, right? I'm trying to do it so it helps me grow in my faith, and hopefully I can reach some other people. And if I'm gonna be reading my Bible, I might as well be reading it for other people to listen. So I'm gonna continue reading. Oh, you're from India and it's night? Okay. Yeah, honestly, I've never even traveled outside the United States. I've heard a lot of things about India, you know? How do you like India? Have you ever visited the United States? Alright, I'm shouting out Hyper Vibe right now. He just subbed. That's what's up, dude. I appreciate that. It's about 1:10 a.m. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I stayed up till about like, well, I think it was like 5 in the morning last night. You're 16? So, okay. What's your faith? Do you have faith in Jesus, or are you Muslim? Um, or maybe that's not the right word, not Muslim, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it might be Muslim. Is that the religion, or I'm sorry if I got it confused. Oh, Hindu. Okay, you're Hindu. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that you're tuning in, man, because maybe you don't even want to hear the word of Jesus, or you don't believe in this religion, but I do think either way, there's really good life lessons in this Bible that Jesus taught us, and it's something that we can all be better for. Yep. All right, we all believe in our own creators, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to continue reading Matthew chapter 5, verse 29. Immediately the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of the affliction. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that power had gone out of him, turned around in the crowd and said, "Who touched my clothes?" But his disciples said to him, "You see the multitude thronging you, and you say, 'Who touched me?'" And he looked around to see her too, who had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell down before him and told him the truth. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction." So, I mean, that's continuing with what I was saying. It's just like God wants us to have complete faith in Him. And I'll say this, ever since, I'd say this past 2 weeks, I just quit weed, right? Yeah, let me know if you guys are struggling with like weed addiction or anything. Because I know that's a big one for a lot of people right now. Is the weed is being pushed very heavily, almost in every like United States, Thailand. Not sure about India. It could be being pushed in India too. I'm not sure. But here in America, it definitely is pushed a lot. And for some people, it just does not mix well with them. And for me, it was a big addiction that I had. So continuing, while he was still speaking, some came from the ruler of the synagogue's house, who said, "Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?" As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Do not be afraid, only believe." Okay, I don't know what happened to my light. There. Okay. Do not be afraid, only believe. And he permitted no one to follow him except Peter, James, and John, the brother of James. Then he came to the house of the ruler of the synagogue and saw a tumult and those who wept and wailed loudly. When he came in, he said to them, "Why make this commotion and weep? The child is not dead, but sleeping." And they ridiculed him. But when he had put them all outside, he took the father and the mother of the child and those who were with him and entered where the child was lying. Then he took the child by the hand and said to her, "Talitha cumi," which is translated, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." Immediately the girl arose and walked. For she was 12 years of age, and they were overcome with great amazement. But he commanded them strictly that no one should know it, and said that something should be given her to eat. So, let's see here. Yeah, I think the reason he didn't want her to say anything was because when Jesus was going around healing people, like the Pharisees specifically, were if they found out that he was going around and healing people, they were going to come after him because they thought that he was not Jesus, or that he was not God. They thought that he was possessed, working with demons. So I believe that is why he didn't want her to say anything. And this goes into Mark chapter 6, verse 1. Then he went out of there and came to his own country, and his disciples followed him. And when the Sabbath had come, he began to teach in the synagogue. And many hearing him were astonished, saying, "Where did this man get these things? And what wisdom is this which is given to him, that such mighty works are performed by his hands? Is this not the carpenter, the son of Mary, and brother of James, Jose, Judas, and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us?" So they were offended at him. See, they're getting offended because they don't believe that he was God, right? So this is why they killed Jesus, right? But Jesus said to them, "A prophet is not without honor except in his own country." So what he's saying, it's like, for a good example, right? It's like the reason rappers don't go back to their hometown, because they want to, bring them down, hate on them, because who is he, to be doing all these good works? That's how the Pharisees saw Jesus. Among his own relatives and in his own house, right? Sometimes it can be the people closest to you that are envious of you, right? And I can definitely relate to this because I've had people in my life that I believe were envious towards me, right? Even though I wanted to believe that they had my best interests, that's just not always the way things work in real life. Sometimes the people closest to you really do have it out for you, and they don't want to see you do better than they are, right? So, for a good example, like if you get a job that's better than your friend or something, you're making more money, they're not going to be, as happy as you think they would be for you. And I've had that experience, and I've gotten told, "Hey, you're just lucky that you got that position." And deep down, that did hurt me because I believe it was more than that. Like I think I had a skill, and I worked towards it, and then the people closest to me, that I expected to be proud of me and cheer me on, it's just not how it worked. And so that kind of goes for like the Pharisees in the Bible. They were not proud of Jesus. They were not buying it, right? This is why he got crucified. Even though all the good works that he did, now he could not do no mighty work there, except that he had laid his hands on a few sick people and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. Then he went about the villages in a circuit teaching. Yeah, hopefully, whoever's in here, I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you guys like. I'm sure that'll really help get some more engagement on my channel. If you guys are staying in here, I really do appreciate that. And if you guys want to ask me some questions, like seriously, ask me some questions. And I'm trying to be, interactive with the chat. Because I know a lot of people, they'll do the live streams, but then they kind of just ignore the chat. But I think that is what the purpose of live streaming is to ask some questions about anything and start some conversation up. But yeah, you guys send in some questions. I'm gonna keep reading for a minute. Sending out the 12, and he called the 12 to himself and began to send them out 2 by 2, and gave them power over unclean spirits. He commanded them to take nothing for the journey except a staff, no bag, no bread, no copper in their money belts, but to wear sandals, and not to put on 2 tunics. And he said to them, in whatever place you enter a house, stay there till you depart from that place, and whatever will not receive you nor hear you, when you depart from there, shake off the dust under your feet as a testimony against them. Assuredly, I say to you, it will be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Right? I think what he's saying here is like, reading the Bible, very different. Okay, brother, meet you soon. I am going to sleep now because I want to wake up at 7 o'clock for my college. All right, bro, I hope you have a really good night, and I hope you get some good sleep. And I hope maybe you can tune in for another video or another live stream. All right. And then what's Mia saying? Reading the Bible, very different. Like I'm interpreting it different, or like it's just a different thing to see on live streams? Because I know I've been following a lot of Christians, and I've been watching a lot more Christian content on YouTube. So it's very normal. I've been seeing it a lot on my feed. But yeah, maybe this is the first time you've seen people reading the Bible. Yeah, it's different to see on live streams, for me at least. It's refreshing. Yeah, I mean, I think this is my purpose in life, because I just feel like there's not much else purpose. There's nothing I can get purpose from, like a job where I'm working for somebody else. That's not really working towards something. I think this is working towards something, because my faith has helped me so much in my day-to-day life. I would not even be close to the person I am now. No, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. I'm a Christian. I believe that Jesus died for our sins, that Jesus is God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. If you look into what that means, it's the Holy Trinity. So Jesus sent down his only Son. In human form, he was God. He was perfect, with no sins, but still he was persecuted and crucified. And then 3 days later, he rose from the dead, and all these eyewitnesses have seen it. Like, these are eyewitness accounts that seen him rise from the dead after he was crucified. There's a lot of proof that goes into it, even though I don't need proof, but there is proof. There's a lot more proof. I believe they're called, I'm not even sure. It's like, I'm not sure what it's called, like some type of scribes. That's like the best proof that Jesus was actually alive. I'm not sure though what the scribes were called, or I'm still learning every day. But that's kind of why I'm doing this, because as I'm learning, hopefully, other people can tune in and learn for themselves too. I wish more people believed as humans we have an innate desire to worship. I wish people worship themselves less and money less and fame less and God more. Yeah, because honestly, I think we all know the world would be a better place. Um, as a younger person, I got very into like psychedelics and well, it started off with weed, but then it turned into psychedelics. Little did I know I was searching for something more than myself, right? And the psychedelics did it for me, but then there was an end point. But what the psychedelics did for me is realize that there was more than just this reality, because the psychedelics put you in a different realm. And so that was a mind opening experience for me, because I was more than myself, and I seen more than just this reality. And there's more going on than what we see. And yeah, people worship money, and they're very selfish today. Like I had a friend the other day. He was telling me I need to be more selfish, right? And honestly, I told him, it's like, man, that's what's wrong with the world today. Like people are just so selfish. Um, some people, they'll see homeless people and they just look down on them. But realistically, people are just going through, you never know what people are going through. And then life happens, and life's not easy. So, and how you treat the least of people, that shows who you really are too. Everyone is so caught up in their own lives to care, even for the state of the world around them. Yeah, yeah, which, in a part, it's kind of hard not to be, because everybody's like, they're just getting by, right? And they're probably really stressed out in their own lives. But it just sucks, because if they knew, you know, like I have my truth, right? But some people don't even know what their truth is. For me, my truth is, okay, Jesus is the reason that we're all here. And that's the light at the end of the tunnel for me, right? And if I believe that, then I want to share that message, because the world would be such a better place. Everything in this Bible is teaching you good values, good morals, and this is kind of what the whole world is based off of. Like, where do like atheists get their moral concepts from, right? Um, it has to be coming from some type of higher power than us. Everybody has their own religions, right? But I do believe that Jesus, he's the one who all around his morals are so solid. And I feel like everybody can relate with what's being taught in this Bible. So, yeah, and, I was getting really down on myself for, not having everything figured out with like money and stuff. But man, I've developed so much in these past couple of years, just like focusing on my faith, growing in my like personal development. I think that's more valuable than just like going through life not knowing who you are, getting paycheck by paycheck, just caring about, worldly things. Yeah, I feel that people kind of walk around and live aimlessly, looking for purpose when everything around them is so terrible. America needs morality again. Lol. And hope, the hope is on those pages. Yeah, that's so true. How old are you? I'm guessing you're a girl. How old are you? I'm actually pretty curious. And I hope you subscribe, because I always want to reach more people. And if you guys can tune in for more like live streams and videos, it'd be awesome. I really like the live streams. Oh, you're 27? Okay. Yeah, I'm 25. I'm about to turn 26 here pretty soon. And I appreciate that. Yeah, nobody has it all figured out. That's what I know. And being 25, I mean, that's when I just felt like I was getting old. But that's because what society tells us, right? So, yeah, I'm trying to speak truth, right? And you know what sucks is like I feel like just these past couple live streams I've done, or even just like talking to random people out in the world, I relate with them more than like the people closest to me too. Like, cause I'll try to have like deeper conversations, and nobody wants to talk about any of this stuff, and it kind of sucks because it's just very how was work? How was your day at work? Um, you know, just very boring conversations. I like just talking about the deeper stuff. You know, that's where I really get a lot of my those are my fun conversations. Like I love talking about like conspiracy theories and stuff. Like for me, um I really want to do like a whole live stream talking about like the Neuralink and like the Mark of the Beast and stuff like that. Don't worry, I don't know you much, but even just this conversation, I feel like you found your way. And yeah, people are just trying to get to the nitty gritty, are not trying to get to the nitty gritty anymore, just miscellaneous day to day. Yeah. But I I know that there's other people out there that share the same type of like outlook on life that I do. So that is pretty encouraging. But I know that there's definitely not a lot. But I also don't get out there enough. Like I go to the gym and go to the grocery store and I'll work. But realistically, I want to like maybe like start going to church more. And yep, yep. I've already met a few people at the gym and stuff, and I've had some deep conversations with people at the gym. And it just sucks because I'm not at that point in my life. I feel like because I'm just still working on myself. Because I've had a lot of close friends, but I'm just starting to figure out that like those people, sadly, like I've had this buddy that I've been friends with for a long time, for like 13, 14 years. But as I'm growing in life, we're walking different paths now, and I'm still figuring out like, you know, who I want to surround myself with. You're a homebody. I work, make groceries, cook and clean the home. That's all. Honestly, I like the simplistic life. I'm a homebody too myself. It's a lot less stress. I know that. Yeah. What do you like to cook? What's your favorite thing to cook? For me, it's like I like chicken quesadillas or like what else? Oh, chocolate chip pancakes. Those are my favorite. Those are good. Yeah, bunch of trouble. Yeah, like people that want to go out and stuff, just go out and drink. Um, it's most of it's just no good. Um, but like I want to like get into like golfing or like cuz I know I got a like my cousin golfs and that's something simple. You get outside, go get it in the sun or like going for bike rides, stuff like that. I legit just made chocolate chip waffles. Do you have a camera in my house? That's so funny. No, no, maybe we got that much in common. I don't know. But no, I actually haven't made waffles in forever. But I got uh, the chocolate chip pancake mix from Meyer. I just got some yesterday. And then what else did I get? I got some chocolate milk, the protein one. This one's pretty good. Dude, yeah, I just did a walk the other night. Well, actually, it was more than the other night. It was like 2 weeks ago. I went on like the longest walk I ever went. I walked like 8 miles, no joke. I walked 8 miles, and I think it took me about like 3.5 hours until I got back home. But holy crap. Yeah, I'm from Michigan. Where are you from? But yeah, this walk was insane. Yeah, 8 miles. 8 miles. That was the longest walk I ever went on. But I did a lot of deep thinking that night. And I think that was the night like I was like, okay, I'm gonna give up these addictions that I have. PA from Panama. I'm honestly not very good with like Oh, you're from Texas originally. I've been hearing a lot of good things from Texas. about Texas. How come you don't live in Texas anymore? I heard it's a really good place to live. But oh, Pennsylvania. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, honestly, I like Michigan, but I don't like the winter. That's the one thing. I do not like the winter. But you know, there's always ups and downs because my one place I want to go to is Florida. But Florida, man, is so humid. So you know, honestly, I think I'd rather have winter at that point because it's humid all year round in Florida. But you know, people are also more like outside and stuff, and like the nicer weather. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of nice scenery, especially like the just like the nature and the forestry, like the like up north in Michigan. Texas rocks, good, best food. Everyone says their state has the best food, but yeah, Houston rocks. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've really been feeling like going on a road trip recently. Um, my body, like my mind's been telling me to go back to Florida, but honestly, I think I need to try somewhere else because I went to Florida like probably 5 times, like throughout my childhood, and then up until like I was 18. But I never got to like travel around too much in Florida. We had like a little house up there, a family house, and so we always kind of just went to the same place. But I'm gonna continue reading this next verse real quick. And dude, in Houston, it's like extreme summer year round. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I always wanted to visit Michigan during winter. There's a YouTuber I watched that's from there and showed all the snow. Yeah, it is pretty nice. It just sucks when it like gets like really slushy, and then you know you got the dirt in the roads, and then you know it kind of just gets all yucky, you know. But there are days when it snows a lot, and it's really pretty. Oh, you're not distracting me at all. I think this is awesome. Having conversations with people and stuff. That's the main reason I started the live stream. Okay, I hope you get your laundry done and have a good day. Okay, I appreciate you stopping in. And I hope you subscribe too, because I can always use another subscriber. But yeah, I'm going to get back to reading this. All right. Uh, Also, he said to them, in whatever place you enter a house, stay there till you depart from that place. And whoever will not receive you nor hear you, when you depart from there, shake off the dust under your feet as a testimony against them. Assuredly, I say to you, it will be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment for that city. Okay, I think I did just read that. Okay, awesome. I appreciate that, Mia. Hopefully, I'll see you in my chats again soon. I'm going to be doing live streams and videos almost every day, hopefully. So they went out and preached that people should repent. And they cast out many demons, anointed with oil many who were sick, and healed them. Okay, so Jesus sent out his 12 disciples. And they cast out many demons and anointed with oil many who were sick. Not sure what it means by anointed with oil, because honestly, I've heard that like Jesus used oil. But I gotta look more into that. John the Baptist beheaded. Okay, John is the one who baptized Jesus, and this is how he got beheaded. Now King Herod heard of him, and his name had become well known. And he said, John the Baptist is risen from the dead, and therefore these powers are at work in him. Others said, it is Elijah, and others said, it is the prophet, or like one of the prophets. But when Herod heard it, he said, this is John, whom I beheaded. He has been in John, whom I beheaded. He has been raised from the dead. For Herod himself had sent and laid hold of John, and bound him in prison for the sake of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, for he had married her, because John had sent to Herod, "It is not lawful for you to have your brother's wife." I agree. I definitely would not marry my brother's wife. That sounds like something. I would not do that. Right? Therefore, Herodias held it against him and wanted to kill him, but she could not. For Herod feared John, knowing that he was a just and holy man, and he protected him. And when he heard him, he did many things and heard him gladly. Then an appropriate day came, where Herod on his birthday gave a feast for his nobles, the high officers, and the chief men of Galilee. And when Herodias' daughter herself came in and danced and pleased Herod and those who sat with him, the king said to the girl, "Ask me whatever you want, and I will give it to you." He also swore to her, "Whatever you ask me, I will give you, up to half of my kingdom." So she went out and said to her mother, "What shall I ask?" And she said, "The head of John the Baptist." Wow. Immediately she came in with haste to the king and asked, saying, "I want you to give me at once the head of John the Baptist on a platter." And the king was exceedingly sorry. Yet, because of the oaths and because of those who sat with him, he did not want to refuse her. Immediately the king sent an executioner, commanded his head to be brought, and he went and beheaded him in prison, brought his head on a platter and gave it to the girl. And the girl gave it to her mother. When his disciples heard of it, they came and took away his corpse and laid it in a tomb. Okay. Alright. We got one person here. I'm not sure who's in here, but maybe we can have a little bit of conversation. Maybe you want to leave a little chat. I can answer some of your questions. But I'm going to keep reading for a second. Let's see, where did I leave off? Okay, yeah, so the 12 disciples came and took John and put him in a tomb. Feeding the 5,000. Then the apostles gathered to Jesus and told him all things, both what they had done and what they had taught. And he said to them, "Come aside by yourselves to a deserted place and rest a while." For there were many coming and going, and they did not even have time to eat. So they departed to a deserted place in the boat by themselves. But the multitude saw them and departing, and many knew him, and ran there on foot from all the cities. They arrived before them and came together to him. And Jesus, when he came out, saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion for them, because they were like sheep not having a shepherd. So he began to teach them many things. When the day was now far spent, his disciples came to him and said, "This is a deserted place, and already the hour is late. Send them away, that they may go into the surrounding country and villages and buy themselves bread, for they have nothing to eat." But he answered and said to them, "You give them something to eat." And they said to him, "Shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give them something to eat?" But he said to them, "How many loaves do you have? Go and see." Then when they found out, they said, 5 and 2 fish. So they had 5 loaves and 2 fish. Then he commanded them to make them all sit down in groups on the green grass. So they sat down in ranks, in hundreds and in 50s. And when he had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven, blessed and broke the loaves, and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And the 2 fish he divided among them all. So they all ate, and they were all filled. And they took up 12 baskets full of fragments and of the fish. Now those who had eaten the loaves were about 5,000 men. Right? So what I'm getting from that, right, is, like, 'cause it's all about how you interpret the Bible, right? So they only had 5 loaves and they had 2 fish, but Jesus made a way for it to work, right? And I think what he's also saying here, not only trust to, believe that he'll make it work, but also when you have, nothing or close to nothing, you should still share with those closest to you, right? And in turn, God will make a way, um, for it to work out, right? I just feel like when you do the right thing, everything works out in the end. And I feel like that's how my life has been. And like I said, if more people in the world were like that, the world would be a better place. All right. I'm surprised I haven't got some more people in here. To be honest, I'm really surprised. But you know what? At least maybe I reached one person today, and that's all that matters. Okay. So now we're Mark chapter 6, verse 45. Immediately he made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side of Bethsaida, while he sent the multitude away. And when he sent them away, he departed to the mountain to pray. Now when evening came, the boat was in the middle of the sea, and he was alone on the land. Then he saw them straining and rowing, for the wind was against them. Now about the 4th watch of the night he came to them, walking on the sea, and would have passed by them. And when they saw him walking on the sea, they supposed it was a ghost, and cried out, for they all saw him and were troubled. But immediately he talked with them and said to them, Be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid. Then he went up into the boat to them, and the wind ceased. And then they were greatly amazed in themselves beyond measure, and marveled, for they had not understood about the loaves, because their heart was hardened. Many touch him and are made well. When they had crossed over, they came to the land of Gennesaret and anchored there. And when they came out of the boat, immediately the people recognized him, ran through that whole surrounding region, and began to carry about on beds those who were sick wherever they heard he was. Wherever he entered into villages, cities, or the country, they laid the sick in the marketplaces and begged him that they might just touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched him were made well. All right. Let's see here. If I got anybody in here, leave a chat. Leave a chat. Give me some questions. I want some questions. I'm surprised I don't have anybody in here. Not even one person. Come on, guys. I think we can all listen to the Bible today. I think it'd be good. And even if you don't, maybe just ask me some questions about anything. Let's see. For their heart was hardened. There, and when they came out of the boat, immediately the people recognized them. Made well. Okay. Let's see. My phone's blown up. I don't know what's going on. That stuff's good right there. Yo, 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 yo. What's up? I got one person in here. Okay. Hey, ask me some questions. I'm trying to talk to somebody. Ask me any questions. Let's see. Come on. Come on, guys. We need some questions in the chat. We need some questions in the chat. Everybody's probably at work. I don't know. Maybe I gotta restart the live stream. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll have better luck that way. Maybe if I just keep restarting live stream.